Hey, this is Archer Dragon, and today I'll be showing you how I built this Pac-Man game inside of Minecraft. First, I started creating the platform in the air since I knew that I wanted to put all the command blocks and all the redstone stuff underneath so you won't see it from the top. Then I started to build the walls and stuff. Then I noticed that I was doing a terrible job. It looked horrible, so I went online and searched up how the game layout looks and I just copied it down. So for the rest of the build, since it was my first time actually making the game, I had to make everything like 10-20 times just so it won't be that complicated. I'm going to show you what I ended up with. Alright, so let's go down here, and I know it looks like a lot of commands, but trust me, all of these are like basically copy paste. For example, let me just show you. Just get over all these that look kind of intimidating because it looks like a lot. All of them have the same command, which is basically set block 5 minus 43 minus 5 redstone block. And that's going to be the same with all those. Look at the left top corner. These all have the same thing, and if they're not the same, I did something wrong. But yeah, all those are the same, and all it does is basically when the player walks, you know how I showed you that it's basically breaking these and turning them to like turning these things off. Besides, when I walk, it will break these. It's also going to add a redstone line on top of these, which basically activate all of these. And keep saying these a lot, but this is basically what it's doing. Each time it does this, all of these redstone blocks are going to be placing a block right over here, and it's going to be getting deleted every single time. And right now nothing's happening because I don't have the tag on me of Pac-Man, but if I did have a tag, I could press this button for it, but it's going to be kind of messy. But sure, let's just do it. Watch. I'm making myself the tag of Pac-Man. And now where I walk, this redstone block is basically going to be turning on these. So let me walk around so you can see it follows me. Let me break these off. I can't break down because it's on top of me. Basically, each time I walk and sets the block on top, it's going to be placing a block here. And then look at the what is that side? The right hand side, which is Archer Dragon 33. Every single time I walk and then these basically get placed, it's gonna give me points. So basically this is how you'll know how much points you have, right? Now let me remove the tag. And now that I'm not Pac-Man, so like let's say I'm a ghost or whatever, since I'm not Pac-Man, now when I press this, nothing happens, and I only have 31 points. Alright, so that's what all of these do. So they all do the same thing except for the ones below these are the power-ups or the ability of Pac-Man. And whenever this one gets broken, a block gets placed here, same deal. It's just spawning a block in all four corners. It does the same thing. So it's basically gonna be spawning a block right over, instead of here, it's gonna be putting the block on this side, on this block where I'm standing. And basically what it does is it removes the ability from the ghost, because this is the ghost ability. Let me show you real quick. It's execute as at entity, that's the person that has the tag of ghost, and wherever he's at position, so where he's at basically, tilde, wherever he's at again, it's gonna run a command that says kill everything that does not have a tag of the ghost, radius of 1.1 block. So since a Pac-Man does not have a tag of a ghost, each time that this is Pac-Man and this guy gets one block away from him, he would just die, right? So whenever this gets placed, this goes up, the ghost loses ability, and now it starts flickering. This is basically the 6 seconds of the power of Pac-Man. You know what, let's give them a little bit more than 6 seconds. Let's give them just one more second, right? So 7 seconds. So that'll be 7 seconds. It's gonna take 7 seconds, so this block could get turned to air, which basically means broken. So that's why it says set block above tilde 1 tilde, which is basically wherever this block is above it turns to air. So this one when it's pushed up, these two get activated, and this one basically turns the time to noon every 7 ticks, so a bit more than half a second, and then a bit more less than a second is going to turn to midnight. That's how it flickers back and forth, because they're both repeating but a different tick delay. And then lastly, this one gives ability to Pac-Man, which basically is the same thing as this bottom one, exactly the same. The only difference is that I gave it a radius of 1.2 instead of 1.1, so it'll kill the ghost a bit sooner. It's like a pixel sooner, but it's still sooner. Basically it kills anything that does not have a Pac-Man tag. So pretty simple. So this is the ability of Pac-Man when he gets the superpower, and the ability of the ghost. this is how you get the points. And now this is basically the Pac-Man. Pac-Man has 3 things, which is basically execute at all. So anyone has a Pac-Man tag is gonna run the block, which is basically the one I showed you at the beginning. It sets a block. Instead of breaking it, this is gonna be setting a block right here, which, how I told you, it's gonna be placing a block there, which gives a point to Pac-Man. So this one is the one that sets a redstone block, so the block will spawn here. This one's the one I showed at the beginning, which is basically breaks that first redstone block, so you can turn off the lights and indicate that you've gotten that point before. And this one, it just basically gives you the Pac-Man an infinity invisibility. The reason why he's invisible is because when you play the character, you're gonna be having a gold chest plate, and then when he's invisible, well, you're only gonna see a chest plate. So I explain all this, I explain all this, I explain this. This is just for here, just for demonstration purposes. Now this part, and for this I gotta explain something first. So when you start the game, you're gonna start up there, and basically it just resets the game, right? So when you press that button inside there, what it'll do is, first let me remove all this. Hopefully I didn't break anything. And I think these are all the commands. Okay, when you press that button, it's gonna make this redstone block pop up, and it's gonna set these 3 on. What these 3 do is removes the tag of Pac-Man. So when you die, when you spawn back up here and you press the button, it's gonna remove the tag of Pac-Man. This one is gonna remove the tag of Ghost, and this one is gonna clear everyone's inventory. And now this one, it says set block. It says a redstone block at this location. That's the reset button, which is down there. I'll show you that in a bit. And then these are just whenever you die and you come up here, it's gonna automatically know that you're the radius of 12, so it removes the tag of the ghost. It removes everyone's points to 0, so it makes it back to 0, because this thing said, hey, let's give everybody 0, right? Same thing, this one takes the Pac-Man tag, this one removes the ghost one. And these were just at the beginning. I was kind of having trouble. Sometimes the characters, when they die, they don't spawn up here, they keep spawning in the bottom. Well, Pac-Man, the ghost will always spawn here, but this block that sets a redstone block at that location, that's basically the reset button. So after a second, and when you press it, it's gonna spawn a redstone block here, which basically this one teleports all the players at 524, which is basically the character select place. I'll show that in a bit. It removes the tag from everyone that has Pac-Man. This one removes the ghost tag. This one, its structure loads. So for example, here I could literally break all this. Imagine it doesn't work. No, right. I could literally break all this, and when the game gets reset, let's put it over here. Okay, now it goes back. You see how nothing's broken? So everything that I broke, it went back because that's the structure load. How do you make a structure load? I'm gonna show you real quick with this structure block. So basically I saved this part of the build. You put stage or whatever you want to put it, you save it as that, and now whenever the game, I keep saving that block there, I gotta like save it with this unbroken, but whatever, doesn't do anything. So now each time the game ends, it basically resets. This resets the whole stage, so it loads it in. This one removes a tag, this one removes the other tag, this one sets this block to air, and this one teleports all the players to player select. Pretty simple. So now that's what this is. This is really simple. This is basically the game. All these commands are just for the points. There you go. So this is the player select page, and when you get sent here, you gotta be Pac-Man or the ghost. If you're gonna be Pac-Man, you're gonna be getting one map and putting that chest plate I told you, so you won't be completely invisible, or else that will be cheating. And then this is the map right here. There it is. This part is usually black, but I kind of broke this part. that top part because of the command blocks. Let's put that back in there. And if you want to be Pac-Man, you press this button, this piston goes down and activates these 4 blocks. So first, it sets a spawn point to anyone radius of 5, which is basically, you're standing there, 25 minus 4, which is basically a stage I showed you up in top. This one, it's anyone radius of 3, which is, I should increase the number in case the guy is not perfectly there. Let's just put a 5 again. There you go. So anyone in radius of 5, it's me, Pac-Man. So yeah, that's true. You gotta make sure that if you want to be a ghost, you just can't be standing here because then you'll both be Pac-Man. So just make sure that the ghosts go here first and Pac-Man clicks this button. But don't worry if they want to fight for him, because if you press this button, what it also do, it sets 2135 2. So basically the block where the button is, will set it to air. So as soon as you press the button, it's gonna give you the tag. It's gonna tag you. It's gonna teleport you to where you start the game. And it's going to give you a spawn point of where you spawn up top, and it's going to remove the button so no one else will be Pac-Man, just you. And now for the ghost, a little bit more, an extra step, but this just teleports the player to here. What ghost do you want to be? You want to be the pink one, light blue, cyan or whatever, orange or red? You just put a thing and then you walk here. When you walk in there, what would happen? Okay, so when this one goes down, this one tag at a radius of 5, add ghost. So this one's basically going to give you the ghost tag whoever's in a radius of 5. Basically when you press that piston, the pressure plate, this one is gonna give it's gonna make you spawn in that area whenever you get killed by Pac-Man. When he gets his ability, it's gonna make you spawn in that little section when you die, or if you die. And then this one will basically teleport you where the spawning point is for the ghost, which is basically the same area. So when you first start the game, go start here, and now whenever they die, this is their spawn point. For the Pac-Man, the one I told you where he starts the game, he's gonna be spawning on this block right here. I had some recordings of me and my friends playing the game, but this was before I fixed like the 50 bugs I had. So hopefully you like it. I'm gonna probably be showing you a video later on of me playing the game now that it actually works. And that's it. Hopefully you liked the video. This one it took a little longer to make because usually I have games that I've already built and I just like remake them. This is Archer Dragon. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.